There's no intro or outro in today's video since I've just ordered a new, more powerful PC for video editing, which is scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Yes, I'm investing in the channel ready to dominate 2017. I jest. But I'm definitely looking to improve production values. Also, if I'm a little late with some of today's news, it's only because I have the dreaded winter cold. My nose is blocked, I've got a sore throat. Particularly after a 2.5-hour podcast Sunday night, my voice became a bit worse for wear. But you know what they say, the show must go on. What is up, gamers? It is Fox. You're watching PlayStation News Now, your source of news, rumour, video game discussion, and home to the Gamer Couch podcasts, 9 PM UK, 4 PM, 1 PM US. Keep up to date by following the channel via Twitter, Fox at PS News Now, as seen in the bottom right of your screen. In today's news, rumour has it Sony managed to shift an astonishing 2 million PS4 consoles in the week leading up to and over the Black Friday/Cyber Monday shopping frenzy. Lending a little weight to this rumour is a Ubisoft employee, in fact Ubisoft events specialist in the UK, Sunny Sangera, shared some interesting information on Twitter concerning PS4 sales, citing the recent Watch Dogs 2 Sony Ubisoft partnership. Here's a quote. Over 2 million PS4 consoles sold worldwide this week with a day remaining. That Watch Dogs 2 price promotion in full effect. End of quote. Now here's the thing, this info is coming from a credible source and not some random gamer putting 2 plus 2 together and coming up short. Interestingly, either Sony or Ubisoft may have not been too happy about the tweet, as it has since been removed, but not before some eagle-eyed gamers managed to take screen grabs. Now let's think about this for a moment. 2 million PS4s sold in less than 1 week is incredible. Incredible for the company and for the industry as a whole. With very little information to go on, Sony has yet to make an official statement. Perhaps they're patiently awaiting the MPD, but we have to assume PS4 Pro has played a huge part in this success story. Now the UK is also reporting massive PS4 sales, the biggest, most successful week in PlayStation 4 history since the actual launch of the OG PS4, which is highly significant. It isn't just PS4 units that are going down extremely well with consumers. PlayStation VR now has a larger install base than Oculus Rift and HTC Vive combined. The world, but particularly Europe and North America, just can't get enough of PS4 Pro and PlayStation VR. Some extremely impressive PlayStation numbers for both Sony and retailers there. In other news, seems the Marvel vs Capcom 4 rumours are gaining even more traction, with mainstream sites such as IGN and Polygon reporting new information, particularly Polygon, who has a whole news article regarding one of the most highly requested fighters in years. A link can be found in this video's description. So Polygon has reported Marvel and Capcom characters will duke it out in a new crossover fighting game coming to consoles next year. Multiple sources tell Polygon that Marvel vs Capcom 4 is currently in development and slated for release sometime in 2017. Although Capcom hasn't officially announced the game, we've been told the company will unveil Marvel vs Capcom 4 this week alongside Sony's PlayStation Experience event, where the Capcom Cup 2016 Street Fighter V tournament will be held. Fans of the series should expect Marvel vs Capcom 4's roster of Marvel characters to draw strongly from the cinematic universe that Marvel Studios has popularized and has full control over during the past decade. That means fighting game fans will more likely see characters plucked from the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy films and not from properties like the X-Men. Expect to see superheroes like Ant-Man and Groot make appearances with characters of mutant origin, think Wolverine and Magneto, sitting out this entry. Now it has to be said, a lack of X-Men characters in the next Marvel vs Capcom could be a major departure for the franchise, which has roots that extend back to Capcom's 1994 fighting game, X-Men Children of the Atom. The last game in the crossover franchise, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds, was released in early 2011 for Xbox 360 and PS3. A follow-up, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, was released later that year. Those games featured X-Men mainstays Wolverine, Magneto, Phoenix, Storm, X-23 and Sentinel as playable characters. Capcom's license with Marvel expired in 2013, and the Marvel vs. Capcom games and their downloadable content were pulled from Microsoft and Sony's online stores at the end of that year. Capcom hasn't been able to make changes to the game since, despite pleas from fans to update the game. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3's popularity among the fighting game fans remains strong. However, the game is still featured at the annual EVO fighting game event, and we are heard that there may be good news for fans of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 specifically coming soon as well. When Polygon spoke with Marvel Games Vice President Jay Ong earlier this year, he said the team at Marvel was well aware of fan interest in seeing another Marvel vs. Capcom game. Here's a quote. "There's nothing we can say at this time. Let's just say that we hear that a lot. We love our fans and we certainly want to please them. Beyond that, we can't say anything at this time, but who knows what the future holds." End of quote. Polygon had reached out to Capcom for comment when a spokesperson gave Polygon a standard non-committal reply via email, and I quote again, "Capcom does not comment on rumours or speculation." End of quote. Typical. You have to admit though, this is all very intriguing, especially given what started out as a rumour is now pretty much becoming a reality. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 rumours just won't die down, leading many to believe the game may actually be a thing. Now, the suggestion that Capcom may not include characters from the X-Men universe could be a sticky issue for many long-time fans of the series. No Magneto, no Storm, Cyclops and no Wolverine can only mean Capcom wants to focus on Marvel characters as seen in movie theatres near you. The likes of Ant-Man, Thor, Captain America and of course everybody's favourite web slinger, Spider-Man. How long-time fans of the series will feel about this remains to be seen, but at this point, I'll take any fighter featuring Marvel characters. We'll be keeping a close eye on this one, so check back with us in due course. Bringing us to the end of another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share content on this channel and sister channels Dark Cloud 1983 and Vexium Swift. Big shout out to you guys, helping us reach other PlayStation gamers and of course gamers in general. Follow via Twitter, Fox at PS News Now, and remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching everybody.